Trevor, Jordan, good to see you both. Thanks so much for your time.
Of course.
Thank you for having us.
Good to see you.
This is good to see you. This is so exciting. The Next Step Legacy Tour. Okay. I feel like maybe you both have different answers. So we'll start with Jordan, then Trevor, you kind of chime in. You're on this show, you're making this show, you're excited to be there, you know what I mean, and everything. And then it gets very popular. And then I guess those thoughts of like, what's next? Is there going to be a spinoff? Is there going to be a tour? When did that kind of happen with The Next Step? Is it like a couple seasons in? Is it like later on? Like when did that really start to sink in, like more opportunities, Jordan?
I mean, honestly, it was a stinking whirlwind the whole time. The whole time was just like, whoa, okay, holy cow, this is happening. Because obviously you make a show and you're not sure what's going to happen or what's going to come from it. And it was just, it exploded instantly. And yeah, I think a couple seasons in, maybe 2 seasons in, we were talking about a spinoff. We did the spinoff, and then, tours started coming up in conversation. But our creator of our show was talking about tours and spin-offs right from the very beginning. But
yeah, it's one of those things that we're all so grateful for, because it truly was one of those shows that none of us knew it was going to be that popular.
No.
So when we saw the first season of the show, everyone was kind of like, is this going to work? Is this going to work? And I remember, we were right smack dab in the middle of the dance industry at this time. So I remember going to a dance competition the day after it premiered, and I was like, no one's going to know about The Next Step yet. And everyone knew it. Everyone saw the first episode. I was like, whoa. And then the network started to catch on. We did a mall tour, and it was like crazy. And they're like, oh, we got to tour this thing properly. And so by the time we had 3 seasons filmed, we were already touring, and there was already spinoffs. And it's just one of those things that still to this day, like the 10th finish, like it's still going. It's really cool.
It's still kind of unbelievable,
Yeah, well, it's so funny because I remember when I did my masters in Ottawa, I would just be in my basement working, and I'd always have the TV on. And for some reason, I always had, I don't know, it was always Family Channel or YTV. So I remember just like, and it's interesting, because it's like there's different ways we watch things as an audience member, right? I'm sure you both have those shows that you're doing a bunch of stuff and they're just kind of on. And then you have the people that are just like dissecting every episode and every kind of relationship. And so it's interesting. But I remember being one of those watchers where it was always on. I definitely saw the growth of the show, though, for sure. I definitely saw, because there was also spin-offs too, right?
Totally, yeah. They did Lost and Found Music Studios, like a music.
Yep.
It's really cool to see its growth and see how it's changed and evolved. And the live touring is the most fun ever. And Jordan and I are really lucky to be involved as choreographers and as kind of creators. And we're writing all the hosting bits, and we're filming the video stuff today. So it's really a cool gig for Jordan and I. We loved it.
It's been like the job that keeps on giving. We feel very.
There's something about, so PD Beats I used to play in drums and bands, like metal bands when I was younger. So PD Beats is my stage name, and I went to shows all the time. There's something about, whether it's, a dance tour or theater, like there's something about the live experience, right? Like it hits harder, right? There's something about it, Trevor?
Energy in the room,
dude, totally. And like we had been craving that, and so when we got the call to do this tour, we were like, hey, are you busy? Because I want to do this. Because of getting to interact with the fans on stage and getting to perform live and feel that energy, there's nothing like it. It's truly one of a kind. And so we're just grateful to have an opportunity to get to do that again.
Can we quickly, because I do have general questions, can we plug like the tour, right? Like people are going to be able to go there. It's across Canada, I believe, right?
Oh, the tour is on sale right now in Canada. In Toronto, March 14th at the Queen Elizabeth. We're in Montreal, March 15th, and Vancouver, March 22nd. Get your tickets now. They're going fast.
So my hometown of Montreal, Quebec. Absolutely, yes.
That's where get them. And
that's where I'm from.
Meet and greets. It's going to be great.
It's interesting too, because, and there's questions here, and Jordan, I'll start with you, but what was that, whether it was even like a movie, right? Like maybe it was a movie you saw, but what was that live experience, or even just a movie or, entertainment experience where you were like, I want to do this? Like, do you remember that kind of movie for you specifically, or like tour or?
Definitely. I remember watching Grease a lot as a kid.
Oh.
A lot.
Yeah.
As a kid. when you go to your grandparents' house and they have like all the movies in the world, and always gravitated towards Grease, and I knew from that moment that I wanted to be a performer. Was there a movie for you?
Oh, there's tons of movies
Yeah.
and tons of shows. I remember seeing Hairspray live and it changed me. But
Yeah.
also growing up as dancers, like just at dance competitions, at recitals, like being on stage is where I felt the most alive. And so I just feel really lucky that it lined up with the next step in a way that we still get to dance on stage and we get to headline a dance tour. Like that's such a cool thing that I never would have been able to envision for myself as a young professional. And so we just feel really lucky to get to do it.
Definitely. It opened up so many opportunities for us that weren't even like in a vision for us.
Even for dancers, like to get to headline a tour that's just dance, it's a really unique show. And, we're putting it all together right now. We're doing all the choreo and stuff. So it's cool.
Trevor, I do want to kind of ask, like, when you kind of saw, it's interesting, and I have a lot of friends that were on, like, YTV and in the US, like Nickelodeon, Disney, and like that was like their first job, and I find it interesting, right? Because you could look at it two ways. You could look at it as like, I'm doing this because it's one of my first gig. This is like, I'm going to learn, stepping stone and everything. But there's a lot of people when they were younger, they're like, I'm ready to work. Like, I'm working. This is my job, right? Like, what was that like for you specifically? Was it a bit of both when you were on the next step?
Dude, totally. Like I was so grateful to have a job. Like I was like in the 11th grade going into the 12th grade. Like, do you want to go to college? And I'm like, I don't know. Like I was already looking at programs that were like, I guess I'll just do that general program and I'll find my way. And so when the next step came, it was like, yes, this is exactly what I want to do. This is possible. This is real. Up until that point, I had done little music videos or commercials, like nothing that gave me the confidence and the wherewithal to be able to be like, oh, I can actually pursue this. And so I took it very seriously straight out the gate. Like I was like, high school, like that last year of high school for me was like, let's just get through this because I'm going to do this right after. And so again, super grateful to have had that at that time in my life. And just been carrying it ever since,
Absolutely.
Being involved on another level has always been the dream for me too. Like I was kind of like a little YouTuber when I was younger. And so to get to direct a little bit and write a little bit is always been the goal for me. And
we're gonna get a zombies question in there soon. Don't worry. Like everyone wants zombies. But Jordan, I do want to kind of ask because Trevor brought up a good point, right? Like even with the choreography and everything at the beginning of this interview, like when you were on the next step, right? Like the show, not the tour, like what did it feel like one had the acting component and the dancing component, or did it feel like you were on something where you had to completely separate them preparation wise, or did it feel like kind of one storytelling hat where you were on it?
Definitely one storytelling thing. Obviously we were dancers first.
Yes.
Learning the process of acting, but I mean, to an extent, dancing is acting. So, obviously we were learning a lot at the beginning, but that was kind of our world, right? That's why they hired dancers first, versus actors that could maybe dance, So it was one world to us anyhow. That's how it felt for me.
Yeah. Absolutely. Like what a dream too. Like it was the perfect way for us to come into our careers as actors.
Yeah.
Like, you could take classes and stuff, but we got to be on set, and the creator, Frank Van Keeken, is an improv guy, and he wasn't married to verbatim lines or nothing. He's like, here's the scene, here's how you're feeling, give it a go. And it was such the perfect training ground for us as actors.
Which was so different for a dancer because a dancer, so much structure and so much fundamentals, which there is in acting as well, but the way we were learning was so like, and go and go, let's figure it out, and it was such a specific and very unique way of learning, and what an honor.
The time management component too, right? Where like I always find it interesting because you have like dance competitions, right? And so you have that big dance competition, but you also don't realize like the rehearsals and everything throughout the week to lead to that. And I feel like that's something interesting because does it sometimes feel like rehearsals are like an event or like an announcement to an event? Like I find that interesting as well, right? Like the rehearsal could feel like an event, right, Trevor?
Absolutely. I mean, we spend most of our time in rehearsals, We're rehearsing for the 2 minutes that we're on stage, right? So rehearsals does feel like an event. I would say internally, it feels more like an event. Like to the public, they might not be as interested in what we're doing in rehearsal. And to be honest, they shouldn't be. That's like our time to rap. That's our time to put this thing together. And so, but to us, very much so an event, at least to me.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And It's such a creative, collaborative kind of energy.
Yeah.
It's really fun. It's a different side of you, right, than performing. So
Yeah.
really cool for that.
Absolutely. And then Trevor, the zombies world, I just simply want to ask, when did you kind of realize that you were part of a universe that the possibilities were endless? Because I get that. It's crazy. I feel like tomorrow morning I'm going to see an announcement about something. I'm like, of course, this is what's next in this world.
It's endless, man. And like, it's so funny because the next step is that way too. I just feel very lucky. Like I feel so lucky because those are the types of projects that you get to sink your teeth so deep into. Like, I think probably after the second movie and the success of the second movie, I was like, oh my gosh, this might be one on forever. And then we got to do a cartoon. We did 2 seasons of a cartoon. Like that, it's such a cool thing to be a part of. And I'm obsessed with musicals, and it's such a fun musical. And the character I play on that couldn't be more different than the character I play on the next step.
That's the best. That's like the coolest thing too. I agree. I've seen both.
The next step character, at least when it started, was a lot like me. And this character, Bucky in Zombies, is the furthest thing from me. So it was the perfect role to go into where it's like, okay, now I'm playing something so different, which is fun.
Credit to you, man. You're really good at what you do. You have a range, man. That's credit to you. And then last question, Jordan, I want you to start this, and then Trevor, you could chime in. Okay, so I'm going to ask you a really interesting question that I sometimes ask. So you've been on the Next Step Legacy Tour. Tickets are on sale now. People are going to be able to check it out in Canada in the new year. It's funny, right? Because you're working on this show, and, for a lot of you, it was like one of your first kind of projects and opportunities, right, when you're starting out as a storyteller. There's a lot of people that look up to you both and the whole cast of the Next Step and say one day, I want to do this. I want to be like Trevor and Jordan. I want to do this one day. But at the same time, we're all growing as storytellers, right? And we're trying to get better. So both of you, you're also looking up to, storytellers and actors and people that you kind of look up to as well. So you're both like in the middle, which I find it interesting. People are looking up to you. You're looking up to them. Do you ever think about that, Jordan? Because I do find that very interesting.
Well, for sure. I don't know if that ever goes away, though, regardless of your age and so on, because I think you're always just trying to evolve as a performer and get better and grow. And we are different. I'm different from when I started the Next Step 12 years ago. It's a constant thing, but how beautiful. And I would say, again, with the age thing, sometimes I see young performers come on set and I'm like, whoa, you are so fabulous. Like, you look up to them as well. You learn so much from different people in this industry. And it's such a stinking delight.
Yeah. I completely agree. I think like the inspiration comes from so many different people, places, things that it's easy to kind of always think, especially when you're just starting out. And I was like this too. It was like, oh, I have to look up to this person, and I don't know what I'm doing yet. But if you're really specializing in something and you're getting really good at something, like, you can inspire anyone at any level.
Yeah.
And it happens regularly. Like, as Jordan said, like, we'll work with someone that maybe it's their first job, and I'll be like, wow. Like, what you chose to do there is so inspiring for me, or I'm going to take a piece of that. As much as the people also that I look up to as well, that are very experienced, same thing. Like,
well, because it's so unique to them as individuals. It's your instincts.
Yeah.
What is going on inside of you, and who are you as a person?
Right.
It's so magical to see.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well said. And I can't wait for people to see everything live in action with the Next Step Legacy Tour in the new year. It was great to chat with both of you. Thank you so much for your time. Thanks for taking some time. This was so great. Thank you so much.
Likewise, nice to finally meet you. We have so many friends. It's so
I bet you there are people, because we've interviewed a lot of your Zombies cast and Next Step cast. There's going to be people, I bet you there's going to be one comment when this is out, like, finally.
Comment below, y'all. Come on, comment on this. We want to know who.
Absolutely. Your Instagram accounts are the best way for people to keep update with everything, right? Like, for both of you?
We'll be posting the tour on the Next Step on our Instagram accounts, and we're gearing up. We're rehearsing in January. We go to the UK in February, Canada in March, Australia in April, and I can't wait. I'm so excited to see everyone.
That's so great. I'm so happy for you both. That's amazing.
Thank you so much.
That's awesome. Well, this has been Pop Turn, youtube.com/PopTurn for previous episodes. Catch Trevor and Jordan on the Next Step Legacy Tour in the new year. Until next time, this is Peter Beats. Trevor, Jordan, signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popturnative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popturnative on YouTube.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.